I am at Park Kaiikop, and I just started my walk 13 minutes ago, and I got here with a shuttle bus called Navette Nature, and they drive you to the nature park, and they drive you back at the end of the day. So if you don't have a car or you don't have friends that do hiking, you can just get on that bus, and it's like around $35 to $60 depending on the location. And they have 22 different locations, and my goal is to go to all of them by the end of next year. So I'm going to try to do 12 this year, and I'm going to try to do 12 next year, and maybe I'll finish it in 1 year. I don't know, because it goes from June. It's really rocky and steep here. It goes from June until October. They also have winter hikes, but I'm really not interested in that. But maybe if I at the end want to get to my goal and finish all the hiking places, I might do that, but I don't think I will, because the idea of being stuck at a place for the full day in the winter, if like you're cold, like what do you do if you're cold? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, when it's really uncomfortable to wear like winter gear, and when you get all sweaty in winter gear, that is the worst. I'm going to show you how steep. This is really steep right here. This place has a lake and it has a mount, and I don't know which ones I'm going to make it to. Right now I'm going towards a lake, and I'm doing the Black Diamonds Trail, so the more difficult trails. And because I like challenge, and here until we leave at, the bus leaves at 4, and it is 11:30 right now, and I'm already quite advanced in the trail. And I'm going to tell you a secret. The bus lady told us not to do this trail because she said it might be too long and that you could miss the bus. But like, I'm a really fast hiker, and I ran a marathon, so I'm like not doubting that I'm going to make it on time, because I looked at how many kilometers it was, and I was like, this is definitely not going to take me that long. I might even have extra to do after doing this trail, so I'm doing it anyways. And like, if worst comes to worst, like I'm looking at my clock, if it's like there's not enough time to do the full loop, then I can just return the way that I came, which I'm hoping not to do, but I don't think that's going to be an issue. This is my first time using a selfie stick. I bought this mini portable selfie stick on Amazon for $12. So sorry if I'm a little bit rusty at it, but yeah, I finally got a selfie stick because it's not, I wanted to get one for a while now, because there's a lot of places and things I found that would have been fun to video, but I wouldn't have been able to record it well without the selfie stick. And what's fun is like this one has a thing you can open at the bottom as a stand, so if you want to like use it to hold it up. It's like really steep here. It's like, I really like hiking because it's active, like you get to move your body, and like I love to move, so it's not like passive. And like when you go to an amusement park, it's really passive. You just sit down and you sit on the roller coaster, and like that's the ride. But like with hiking, it's like you move, and that's how the ride goes, from your own legs. So I really like that. And this one right now, it's kind of like a roller coaster because it's really steep and it's going down the hill and the path. That's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of a roller coaster. I did fall once at a place back there, and it was because there was like a little boardwalk bridge, and it was really slippery, and I fell, but it was fine. I don't know if I'll fall again. I'm hoping I don't. That would be pretty bad, but I don't fall. I'm not afraid to fall on these kind of areas, even if there's like a lot of like rocks and it's steep and there's twigs. I'm usually really good at navigating that. Okay, so I see number 3 this way. So yeah. Trying to think about what else I have to talk about. I probably will take a break video recording and then pause later, make another video. And I'm thinking actually it might be fun if I can do like a little video at every single park location that I go to, and then by the end of it make like a little documentary. So the documentary will be like hiking 22 hiking trails with Navette Nature. And I'm not doing this to like promote Navette Nature, but it is really cool that Montreal has this, because I've really wanted to go hiking for a long time, but like I can't drive, and I'm not really good at making friends, to be honest. And like, it's really hard to like make friends in a big city if you didn't grow up here. And I had no idea. Like, I always really want to go hiking, but I'm like, usually you have to make like close friends to go hiking with people, and I just couldn't figure it out. So I just instead tried this. And to be honest, I really like hiking alone. I enjoy my own company too. And another thing is usually, no offense, but a lot of my peers are not as quick as me. So I get kind of bored because I like to do the hiking trail walking fast, but a lot of them are not as in shape and they're kind of slow. So I guess that's another reason why I would enjoy to rather go hiking alone. It would be really nice though if I could get married one day and find a husband who likes to do athletic things and who's fast like me, but yeah, there's not very many opportunities for me to meet people that are like into this stuff since I'm not in university or college and I'm not working right now. Oh, it's nice mushroom. I thought of something interesting that I would share actually is yeah, I'm really spending a lot of time in nature this summer and until October, and I'm actually part of a community mosquito spiderweb. I'm actually part of a community gardening program, and every Tuesday we get together and we help grow a garden together, and we split the produce and take it home. And it's from June until October, and it's really perfect for me because I really wanted to do gardening, but all I have is a balcony, and my balcony doesn't get enough sunlight. So, oh, I just lost the map. I can't really do gardening there. And I thought about applying for like one of those little plots that you get to yourself and take care of it yourself. And I was on a waiting list, but then I had found out about this other program. And so I signed up and I found out about it like literally like 2 days before it started. So that was perfect. And I got in. And finally the other place said they have a spot available to have my own plot. But I told them that I didn't want it anymore because I found this program. And what's nice is that if I had the other plot myself, I would have to go and water it myself all the time. And like, I don't know if I'd have to go there every day to water it or how often I would have to go to water it without everything dying. And it's like 35-minute bus ride away. So I was like, forget about that. I'm really happy I found out about this community program. And it's fun. I do gardening and I meet the other participants. There's like 3 women around my age there, and then there's like some elderly people. Sorry if I'm not looking at the camera a lot, it's because there's so much to navigate on these trails. So I'm doing gardening and I'm trying to do this hiking goal. I already paid and signed up for 5 locations with Navette Nature, and when I get to my next paycheck I'm going to reserve more. Yeah, and one location I'm really looking forward to and excited doing is Mont, and I'm hopefully wanting to do the Via Ferrata with them. It's like you have like a harness and you do like a course on the rocks. I'm hoping to do that, and I'm actually hoping to go back there and in the fall another time with another bus company that takes you there to Mont Tremblant for the day, but you also get to roam around in the city area of Mont Tremblant. Okay, I'm gonna pause because I have to look at the map. I just had 2 like options of which way I was gonna go, and I decided to go to number 4. Eventually when I find a map, I'll show you where the park and stuff. Yeah, I'm having really fun so far, honestly, because like there's some places to go hiking in Montreal, like Parc Mont Royal, and there's like Ile de la Visitation. There's like a few parks that you can get to Montreal by bus or metro, but they're really not like challenging. Like this park, even from like the first very 5 minutes, it was really challenging. Like lots of like rocks, things to go over, like branches and stuff. Like really fun. I really like it, having the challenge like that. It feels like video game. So yeah, it's fun, and I like exploring and going to new places. That's really fun for me. What else was I talking about? Oh yeah, Mount Tremblant. Yes, I'm hoping to go there with this other bus in the fall, and it takes you to the city area. And they also have a chance you can do like a zip line course, And this one, it's not like an obstacle course, it's just like long zip lines. And like it has like the longest ones, I think, in Canada. I think one's even like 2 miles long or something like that, like up way above the trees. So I think that's gonna be really fun. I plan to do that hopefully in the fall. The reason I want to keep it until doing it in the fall is because Mont Tremblant is really popular and known for going there in the fall because all the leaves change colors and it's really beautiful. So I'm looking forward to that. Maybe as time goes by and I get to know the people in my community gardening program more, maybe I can invite them to see if they want to come hiking with me one time or something. But I can tell you now that they don't look as in shape as me. So I don't know if it'll be a good idea or if they'll want to come because I don't know if that's something they'd even be interested in. One of them might be, but one of them I don't think she would have the energy or it would be a really slow hike. It's so much fun on the trails and it's nice out. Yeah, I realized that I got like it's only like 40 minutes so far and I've already got like a lot passed in the trail, so I don't think I'm gonna have a problem making it back on time to the bus from doing this trail. I think it was good that she gave that warning though, because for like an average hiker who's not like quick or was into running or things like that, they probably would stroll and take their time more and they might not get back on time, so better safe than sorry. But I took the risk because I know my limits and I know when I can do something, so I'm ready. Imagine if I didn't and I missed the bus. I'm not worried about that at all actually. So one thing I do notice is that apparently there's no like phone service here. So like if I got lost here, I'd have to blow my whistle. There's a whistle on my backpack. I'd have to blow my whistle and just hope that someone would eventually come on the trail. Imagine. It's really muddy in this area. So like I have to do a lot of navigating. I don't know if you can see there. It's like really muddy. That's what I think is most annoying about these trails sometimes is like the really muddy area and you have to like go off the trail to try to find a way to get past the muddy wet swamp. When I'm doing hikes like this, I kind of feel like to imagine myself as if I'm like more like Jacques Cartier or like someone in the medieval times, like, you know, like, this is what they had to do before roads were invented, before the streets in Quebec were invented. This is how they used to get around. It must have been so hard. And exclusive too, because not everybody could do this. Like, what if you're pregnant, or what if you're a mother, or what if you have small children? They can't do this. I was watching something inspiring on YouTube. It was like these kids from like a jungle somewhere, and they were like 6 or 7, even 10, yeah. And they had to like climb like this really tall like mountain just to get to school, like every day. And it took like about an hour, and like it was no easy hike. It looked really challenging, and I was like, wow. By the time they get to school, they'd probably just be so tired and want to sleep. And anyway, some guy went there and he raised funds to pay money to buy the school a van to pick up the kids, and he also gave them enough money to make sure that it had gas. So that was really nice. But those kids are really happy about that. But this was not just like a nice little leisure trail like this. This was like the jungle. We have like huge creepy giant spiders and things like that. I mean, here in Canada, we don't have to worry about too much about nature. So I realize that I am grateful, and that is a nice thing. Because like in Australia, they have like a bunch of scary and like poisonous spiders. And USA has a lot of like poisonous snakes. And we don't really have that much going on here in Canada. I mean, we do have the occasional bear or moose, but those are like so rare to have, that people have those encounters or to be in danger of them. So we don't have much to worry about besides mosquitoes or mosquitoes. There's ticks too, but I've only seen a tick once in my whole entire life, and that's when we were traveling across Canada and we were laying on a picnic somewhere near Vancouver, and there was apparently ticks in that area, and we didn't know, and a lady came up and told us there's like ticks in this area. So we got up and got away and went in the car right away. But there was like apparently a tick that came in the car, and like I didn't know, and my little brother was like worried about this tick, and I was like, oh come on, there's no ticks. And right when I said that, this tick came up on the blanket, and we got it out, and it didn't bite anyone, so that was good. But like that was scary because like we've heard about ticks and like the disease that people can get from ticks, that's like mono or something, or that's it makes people really sleepy and stuff, and there's no cure. It'd be scary to get that. And apparently now there's these Lone Star ticks in the USA that if people get bit by it, they can be allergic to meat, and they can be so allergic to meat that they can even die. But like, anyways, yeah, so apparently there's ticks in Canada, but like I've only seen one once in my life, and I'm not really worried about ticks. I did, just for preventative measures, bring a Ziploc bag and a tweezers in my backpack, just in case I got bit by a tick. But like, I've done hiking before, lots of it, and I've never seen ticks. I've never gotten bit by a tick, so I'm not really worried about it. I hear people talking about ticks all the time, even in Canada, but I've never seemed to have to worry about them. Maybe they're not as like invasive in Quebec. Anyways, I really enjoy hiking, and it's one thing I wish that my family would have done more when we were younger. But both of my parents were not really, unfortunately, that in shape. So we couldn't really go hiking that often. We did go, and we live like near a place called Fundy Park, and there's like a lot of really good hiking trails there apparently. But when we went there with my family, we never even really did the hiking trails. We just went to the park, and I just thought it's kind of disappointing. But I don't know, my parents were really not like in shape kind of people like that. So when my mom got married, she told me that she stopped walking, and it's one of her biggest regrets is that after she got married, she's just stopped walking. She used to be really in shape and exercise. I saw pictures of her when she was younger in her 20s, and she looked like a model, and she was really skinny, and I didn't know that my mom used to look like that. And yeah, I thought that was kind of sad because she said she stopped walking and exercising after she got married, and that was a big mistake. And I just want to make sure, like, for me, now she starts walking a lot more. She's a lot older now, but she walks more, and she started taking care of her health more, like, since 10 years when we realized that we had to, like, start eating healthier and exercising more. But it's kind of funny because you never would have thought that I would have ran a marathon and tried all these sports and did all these sports. Oh, a frog. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, I don't know if it's a frog or a toad, but it's an animal. It's an amphibian. So yeah, me and my brother actually were really hyperactive and into sports, but you wouldn't have thought that when you saw my parents. Excuse me. So yeah, I do hope, if I do get married, have kids one day, that we will be that kind of active family and go hiking together and do things like that together. I don't want to be like one of those extremist families, like the really, really like in shape families that go like, you know, on crazy excursions, like, you know, like the extreme, you know what I'm talking about when I talk about the family that are like really in shape, extremist kind. But like, I want to make sure that we like, you know, active, healthy family, hope, and doing nice hikes and stuff like that, but not overly extreme. And one thing I actually don't like doing is biking. I've never really liked biking. I've always had a hard time biking, and I've always been really bad at biking, and it hurts my knees. But for some reason, running or walking doesn't hurt my knees. But every time I would bike, when I was a kid, my kneecaps would snap or something, and I just like, I really don't like biking. And I thought about maybe doing like a triathlon for fun, because like I ran a marathon, so I can do the running part. I'm a really good swimmer. 2 years ago, I went swimming with like a young adult church group. I mean, we went camping, and I swam across the river and back because some guy said we should do it. And apparently it was like apparently it was the distance of a triathlon, and I didn't know, and I didn't think it was that long. And like, I love swimming. I wasn't tired at all. I actually really enjoyed it, but apparently it was a big deal. But so I thought about maybe we're doing a triathlon. But when I think about the biking part, I'm like, I just don't like biking, so I'm gonna pass. Okay, I'm gonna pause for a second. All right, and we are back. Something that's funny is yesterday I went to Subway, and I bought a sub specifically so I could bring the sandwich today to eat. But the sub was just too tempting for me to like hold it off for today, so I ended up eating it yesterday. And actually all I brought today was like snacks. I had a grilled cheese for breakfast that I made, and all I brought is a granola bar, organic Rice Krispie. I brought another date bar, and I think I might have had one other type of bar, but I actually didn't bring a lunch or snack. And I brought blood orange flavored sparkling water from Italy, and I brought water, and I bought a tomato juice thing, and that's actually all I brought, because I could have brought lunch. I was gonna bring like a bean salad mix that I had, or salad, but most of my containers are glass, and the one plastic container I have is pretty big, and like I felt like it would make the backpack uncomfortable and bulky to have to use. And to be honest, like when I get hiking or doing things like this, sometimes I just lose my appetite and I'm not that hungry. So I just brought the little snack things, and I didn't bother bringing the lunch. I'll be fine. So it's steep here. Yeah, it's really fun doing these trails because they're challenging, and like they're not like gravel trails. And Mont Royal does have a few trails that are not gravel, but most of them are. And I've went to basically all the different little parks or big parks. I went to all of them on the island of Montreal. There's none that I haven't been to. I also went to Parc Mont Saint Bruno and Parc Saint Helene before, and I did that by using public buses. And Parc Mont Saint Bruno, I think it's in Laval, or is it in Longueuil? I think it's in Longueuil. And it was okay, but I felt like it was kind of like, honestly, like run down, or like, I think like because it's near the city, like so many people do it, it just didn't feel naturey enough. Like it was a trail like this, but it just felt kind of like, I don't know, run down. So I didn't want to go back. Decided not to go back this year, but now that I found the Navette, I'm sure I have access to way more parks that I wouldn't have been able to go to. Some of the parks on the list have beaches, or like places to canoe and things like that. This one actually has like a little beach, but it's not one that I would actually want to like swim in, and I felt like I'm more interested in the hiking for today. But there's another location called Oka, and they have a beautiful, nice beach with really nice sand. It reminds me of my childhood beach in New Brunswick, Parley Beach. So I'm looking forward to doing that, and I will go swimming there, and I'll do some hiking when I go there. But there's some locations that have canoeing or kayaking. I might try it once, depending on how much money I have saved up on the day of said location that I go to. I was in the front of the bus, so I didn't really have a chance to like see who else was on the bus, like the demographic and who is there, but because I didn't want to be rude and look behind me, but there was a lot of people that were also like solo on the bus, so I didn't feel awkward or anything going along. A lot of people also seemed to have come alone, and there was surprisingly actually a lot of like mostly women actually. Well, I guess that makes sense because more men drive than women, and that's just the truth. So, and I feel like, yeah, I feel like this is something more that caters to like city girls who want to get in nature but don't drive and just want to get out in nature for the day. Most of them look, there were some girls that look younger than me, some that definitely look older than me, people of all ages that are on the bus. Maybe one of the locations I might sit beside somebody to make a friend and go hiking together, but I doubt that, and I'm not sure if I would want to do that. I'm not sure they would either. But you never know, sometimes you meet people that you actually really like and just click right away, and you want to do something like that. But I sat alone in the very front, and nobody could sit beside me because there was like a box thing at the foot of the, there's like a river, and I was like, Where am I supposed to pass? But I realized it's this way. Yeah, there's a foot thing, so I want to go there. So I looked at the map. There's a lake that I'm supposed to pass at some point, and then there's supposed to be a waterfall somewhere that I might pass at one point, and then there's a mount lookout. But I don't know if I'll actually pass those all on the trail that I chose, or if I'll have time to do them all. But I'm just going and seeing how that goes. But I'm noticing now that we're passing, like I'm in between a river here. It's really nice. In a river. What I really like about hiking, it's like I said, it feels like a video game, but it also feels like you're in a movie or like you're in an adventure. And like a lot of times when I was a kid, I'd be watching like people on TV doing things or going on adventures, or even fictional movies. They're in the forest and they're on adventures. But I've come to the realization that it's much more fun to go on your own adventures and live your own life, even if the adventures that you're doing are not as big or wow or as impressive as some of the adventures that you see people doing in movies and stuff. There's just something really satisfying about, you know, moving your own 2 feet and going on your own adventures and living your own life. And actually, of course, I still use the computer a lot and my smartphone a lot, but I actually haven't owned a TV since I've been on my own, and I've really cut down on media consumption. Actually, during the pandemic, I barely used media consumption at all, which is ironic because most people probably upped their game in that time. But during that time, I was actually doing a lot of art projects and skills projects, and there's a big walking park, not like a nature one, but like a walking park in my neighborhood during that time, so I could still go out and exercise a lot. But yeah, I've noticed a huge benefit in my life without the television and without the TV. It like makes you more creative, and it makes you have to think of ways to like stimulate your brain and get that the dopamine rush. So you think of other things to do instead, like hobbies or art or sports, or looking for somewhere to go, things to try. And when I was younger, I was just, well, I guess I was not from a city, I was from a small town, so there wasn't as much to do. There wasn't as many opportunities. And like, you can't really go places on your own either, so you kind of reliant on your parents or like friends or whatever. So, but in the city, you can go on all kinds of adventures, you do all kinds of things alone. So it's more fun. And I definitely think that if I start my own family one day, I don't want to raise kids on the TV. I don't want to have a TV in the home. I mean, yeah, they'll use technology. Maybe I'll put on an occasional, like, appropriate, like, show on the weekend. But I want to be, like, really strict about that. Like, I'm not doing it because I missed out on a lot of my childhood and made me really lazy because I just wanted to watch TV all day. Like, and once your kid gets hooked on the TV, it's really hard to, like, or this tablet nowadays, it's really hard to, like, turn that switch off to make them want to play with their toys and everything. But like, yeah, I had really nice toys and I definitely would have played with them a lot more and been way more creative and imaginative if I didn't have the TV. And that's one bonus that I've noticed for this past while is it really makes you like think about other things to do. Or like in the past, if I was bored, I'd just go straight to the TV. But now if I'm bored, I'll like do an art project or do some studying or researching things, and or finding things to save up my money for to do, like hiking. So I'm rambling on about random stuff and I'm getting tired of holding this up, so I'm gonna pause or close this, and then when I get to a nice lookout or like a lake or something, then I'll turn it back on for you guys to see. All right, so I just got to a chute, a waterfall. I'm just sure you guys are gonna get both. It's pretty. You can't want to go swimming in it, but nice to look at. A little resort. Here. All right, it is 3:10 and I just finished my 4-hour walking hike. I'm at the map because I want to show you guys what I did for my walk on the map. So I started here and then I went here, all the way along here, up to number 4, all the way, oh, and I went this way by mistake, but then I did all the way the loop here. Then I went back up here, and then number 6 to 7, all the way back to 1, and then I did this little 9 here, and then back, and now I'm back. So I have like 40 minutes to go to the bus and stuff like that. I'm pretty tired. I could have did a little bit more walking. I was thinking about, I could have went, when I got to here, I could have went to a lookout here, but I was too tired. So I went down because I just wanted to be safe, better safe than sorry. So I'm going to go find somewhere to relax until the bus leaves. And yeah, that was a great day. I'm going to wrap it up. That was fun. I'm excited to go to the next location.